I'm rambling, aren't I? Painbody. Painbody. Here's how this field of pain builds up in the body. And I'll show you the mechanism, because I want you to go away and understand it or analyse it. And because so you can just see it in yourself. Oh look, there it goes. That's what Adrian said might happen. I know I'm watching myself do it. And if you see yourself doing it, that's a good thing, of course, because you're seeing yourself doing it, and that's awareness. And that's enough. Here's how it works. Anxiety, that's my thing. I could worry for England. Permanent state of worry. Oh, I wasn't stop worrying about myself, I was worrying about other people, or what they thought of me or something, I don't know. Just worry, 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 worry. Here's how worry works. Have we got any worriers here? Tell me whether this pattern is familiar to you. Right. Something triggers the anxiety. Credit card statement. And my body is responding as though somebody's going to cut my throat. And it's a piece of paper. You know, I mean, that emotion is not appropriate to the situation, is it? It's a piece of paper. It's not a nasty paper cut. That's about as dangerous as it is going to get, isn't it? Yeah? There's some ink on that paper. It's probably not too toxic. It should not be engendering that physical response in my body. What has engendered that response in the body is the thoughts about the piece of paper with the ink on it. I don't know. And can you see what's happened now? The thinking's triggered that feeling, and now the thinking's off. Oh no, I'm never going to be able to pay that, and this is going to happen, and the thinking's feeding the feeling. It's going to get worse, it's going to get worse, and then they're going to take away my house, and then I'm going to be living in a cardboard box, and then someone's going to steal my box, and then what will I do? We've done that one, Natalie. Yeah. I'm going to be late. If I'm late, I think this and I think that. And that panic takes me over, and that's when I jump on the circle line going the wrong way, isn't it? Or I realise I read the map upside down. I should be in Kensington, I'm in Liverpool Street. Yeah. Whatever you do, when you're in that state, is just contaminated, isn't it? It just spreads, doesn't it? You make stupid decisions, you panic, you react, you create the very circumstances that trigger that anxiety in the first place. And I strongly suspect it operates on a vibrational level too, that when you're giving out that kind of vibrational frequency, oh my God, you just rubbish happens to you. I used to have this office in Percy Street in the West End. It's on the second floor, and overlooking the street below, there was a beggar always sat in the doorway there, and he had his wits about him. This beggar had a bit of charm and a bit of banter, and actually, I think he did quite well. You know, he knew how to play the game, and I quite liked him. And well, I was watching him out the window, and I could feel from where I was he was having a bad day. You know, normally he's happy and he's chatting and he's giving a bit of banter. And this morning he weren't on. And I could kind of sense as he was getting more irritated, how he was getting less money, you know, and watching how he was losing his sparkle, he was losing his charm, he was losing his banter, and that meant he was getting even less money. Yeah, and I just watched this cycle going on all day till he wound himself up so much. Right, that's it, I'm going home. And he got up, picked up his bag, and he stomped off down the road, and I followed him down the road, and I could feel his irritation. And he goes to get on the bus, and he gets pushed off by someone's ticket inspector on there that says, no, you haven't got Oyster card, off you get. Goes to put his last £1 coin in the ticket machine, and the damn thing got stuck. You know, even inanimate objects start to get on the way. When you're giving that out, you are going to get it back. Yeah, it's this whole mirror thing. I've carried some anger, you know, I've read something in the paper, and I've got my moaning head on. Anybody wake up with a moaning head? Yeah? Do you know, he's old enough to remember Wales or Gamage. Yeah, he used to have his angry head. I've got angry head on this morning. Everything's wrong, isn't it? Moan, 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 moan. Should be like this, should be like this, person should be, yeah? And all the time there's a feeling growing in the body. Yeah? The stronger the feeling gets, the more irritated the thinking becomes. And now it's starting to affect my body language, it's starting to affect how I'm coming across to people. It affects how they respond to me. They become less helpful, they become more awkward, and if somebody else wants a fight, they're going to get one. Yeah? I created it. Yeah? And of course the net result of all this is more pain, isn't it? Oh, guilt was a good one for me. I used to, I was a serious drinker. I got a lot of guilt to carry. Yeah? It's go a bit like this. Oh God, what have I done? What have I done? I've done it again. Oh, I've done it again. I can't believe I've done it again. You idiot. Guilt's growing. Oh, sorry, how can you do that, you kids? How can you be like that? Better go to the pub. Oh dear, 3 days later, done it again. Well, when we're in that mode, anything you do, say or touch is just a disaster. A disaster. And it's been operating all of our lives. And it's not been going anywhere, this pain, because we've never ever satisfactorily dealt with pain. It's been building up vibrationally in the body until it forms this pain body, which can be active or it can be dormant. Some people get more relief from it than others. For me, I didn't get very much relief at all, and there's quite a few people here I think in a similar sort of boat, where it's just pretty active all the time. And I think it's very troubling, very destructive, very painful. All of the thinking, of course, is energising that, it's feeding it. And you'll get periods when it's relatively inactive, and with some people, you know, it's inactive most of the time, you know, and they're fairly civilised human beings. And their thinking is just mildly destructive, taken away from reality and the full glory of existence, but it's not that destructive. You're not going to find too many people like that here, to be honest. But when that pain body is triggered, whoa, that's when you see the other side of that person. Oh, God, I didn't know they were like that. Oh, yeah, I didn't know they were like that. Well, that isn't them, that's their pain body. And it comes as a bit of a shock. Other people have them too, by the way. which can make you a little bit more understanding of their reactivity sometimes when they completely explode over something trivial.
I was going to say, yeah.
Because it's not that trivial thing, is it? It's every other time. That has happened before. All that past-paced, whoa. Which is why, you know, some people are so vulnerable to things, aren't they? Some people criticism, it's like, oh, you just send them off the edge. Well, it's not that. It was, well, that criticism they got when they were little. You know, that's what they're feeling. Yeah? It's not that innocent remark that they've taken as criticism. It's what it's pulled up. Yeah?
I think that's a lot of road rage.
Well, absolutely, isn't it? Absolutely.
Eckhart Tolle seems to think that's what happens in car crashes.
Yeah, I think very often it is.
Pain bodies driving along, you're basically attracted to each other. End up in a car crash.
Wouldn't so surprise me.
Why it should happen.
Well, it's anger feeding, isn't it? You've got in the car with a minor irritation. So even though you're not aware that you've got the mild irritation there, it's there. And there'll be some rant in the head as you're driving down the road. And then this person cuts you up. Maybe you drew that. Whoa. Because they're a bit angry too, and they can't wait for the lights, and you're getting in their way. And that's how we get road rage. Actually, if at any point either of those people could stop and say, hey, hang on a minute, it's me who's angry. I'm angry, look what I'm bringing up in him. Silly arse, don't sort myself out, slow down, let him go, he's dangerous. So you get the idea of how this pain body works. And it's been building up because we've never ever satisfactorily dealt with pain. And the reason is because all of the ways that we're taught to deal with pain actually make it worse. Shall I go through them? The first way is the men's trick. This is what we trained ourselves to. Women do it too, but men are particularly good at it. Is to suppress feelings. It's just, I'm not having them. I'm not having these feelings. Nope, not going up for me. Not having these feelings. My first wife, bless her, she used to tell me about her feelings. I go, no, don't understand it. It's not rational. No, it's not rational. And you're missing the point, you idiot. There's this whole depth called feeling. Yeah? Repressing our feelings, avoiding our feelings doesn't mean to say they don't go away. They don't go away because you're avoiding them, because you're ignoring them. They stay there and you're not aware of them because you're ignoring them. And that's when they become very destructive, because they will build up to a point, and there will, because we're not aware of this happening, and then there'll just be an explosion of an emotion, an angry outburst. Perhaps you'll plunge into depths of despair. Very commonly, I mean, I do quite a lot with addictions, binge addictions, 99 times out of 100, this is what it is. It's a build-up of anger and frustration, and bang, I am going to destroy myself. That's what they're doing. Stand back and look at it. More pain. So, I would caution you against avoiding your feelings. Yeah. So it's even just knowing that you're feeling bad, you're not feeling great, is such a result. Because then you've got a chance, haven't you? Yeah. Oh, I've got the hump today. That bloke's cut me up. Better let him go. It's not safe for me to go after him with this. Well, I've got this mood. Yeah. Yeah. Or I'm feeling very hurt and rejected. Maybe that's not the time to send the text message or the email to the boyfriend. Yeah. Because it's going to be poisonous. Yeah. I work with traders that when they're feeling, they'll go home. They won't trade. They won't touch a damn thing until they're right. Because they trade when they're in that state. They're dangerous and they know it. So just knowing that is a result. Yeah. Not comfortable to know you're in pain, but always a good start to realise, because then you can take steps to deal with it, can't you? If you don't know, it's going to catch you again and again and again and again. Of course, each time these explosions happens, the pain body feeds again, because the pain body will feed off the reaction of other people. It will then feed off your voice persecuting you for what you've just done. Yeah? It's re-energising itself until the next time. Familiar pattern? Good to see, good to see. The other way that we tend to try and deal with feelings, and this is more of a woman's trick, although men will do it too, try and figure the damn things out. I am feeling dreadful, and if I lay awake all night thinking about it, it'll go away. No, it won't. Because as you've already explored, the thinking is very often what is generating the feeling in the first place. So laying away all night worrying about your credit card statement does not deal with the credit card statement, it does not solve the problem, it is the problem. Discussing that issue with your friend about your boyfriend is not the solution, it is perpetuating the problem. I've got a secret for you, ladies. A problem shared is a problem doubled. If you have a friend in distress, do the loving thing. Give them some respite from their unhappy story. Give them some respite from their problematic thinking. Bring them into the now. Give them a little rest from it, at least while they are with you. That's what good friends do. And actually being with somebody in that space is the most beautiful thing you can do in terms of healing with another, is it not? It's your responsibility not to engage in their drama or their story or their unhappiness, because it's not true anyway. And all it's doing is feeding this painful feeling in their body. And now you've caught it. Yeah? Get a group of you around and chuck in a couple of bottles of wine and you've got a miserable mess, haven't you, eh? chuck in a couple of weepy films as well, that'd be great. Lovely. Yeah? You can analyse your problems all you like, but it's just energising them, it's giving them life. Yeah? You can't think your way out of your feelings, because your thinking is generating the feelings. The other way that we tend to try and deal with feelings, and we touched upon this yesterday, is to run away from them in our heads, to go to the part, it was all wonderful then, or it's going to be great, in the future I'll be alright, in the future my pain will go away, when I've got this in my life then I'll be okay, when that's sorted then I'll be alright, then. And that steals this and replaces it with a desperate sense of needing, wanting, chasing. My life's out there! No, it's not. It's just old age and death. Life's here. It's here. And now you've got the original pain plus the pain of your wanting to be somewhere else. That's torture. There's nowhere to run. The running's making it worse. And the fourth way of dealing with these feelings, and this is very, very common, and it was always my favourite, drink and drugs. Oh, that's a desperately dark ways to go, that is. Experiment by all means, but you know what, it's not an option. It's not a long-term option. But it is so, so common, you know, particularly with alcohol, which is, you know, we want to discourage alcohol. And I think it's wonderful nobody's even sort of thought of drinking over the last day or so, even though that may be part of your normal routine. Wonderful, because you don't need it here. You don't need alcohol when you're not engaging in all that shit. I know, I used to drink enough. But why do people drink? Why do people take any kind of mind-altering substance? Well, it's quite straightforward. They do it to alter their state of mind. Not rocket science, is it? They're doing it, alcohol in particular, primarily to cushion themselves from their emotions. Now, I say people, well, I haven't got a drink problem, I just have a glass of wine after work to relax. Well, what are you doing? You're chemically avoiding your emotional self. You're avoiding your stress, you're avoiding your discomfort so that you can relax. You're chemical to do that. And that's absolutely normal. And everybody who drinks for that reason. Well, they don't drink for the taste. In fact, kids drink alcohol, they don't like the taste. It's not even very nice until you force yourself to like it. We drink to deaden ourselves, to shut ourselves down emotionally. And I'm not just talking about painful feelings. People will chemically suppress heightened emotions, excitement, happiness. I'm so excited I need a drink. I'm so happy I've got to shut it down. The point will be, you know, and I don't think there's any accident in the fact that alcohol is sold well below cost price. It detaches you from your emotional self, stops you feeling. And if any of you can pluck up the courage to avoid alcohol even for a week, maybe your practice will just, whoa, make a massive shift. 6 weeks I'd stop drinking and bang, that's it. Because alcohol shuts you down, not just while you're drinking, but for a good while afterwards. Anyway, I'll let you arrive at that place by yourself. I'm not telling you what to do. But that's what drinking and drugs is about. It's about avoiding ourselves. But of course, as any addict will tell you, chemicals are not the long-term solution. It's amazing how ingrained that is in our psyche. Do you know what I mean? That drugs are the answer. I'm feeling bad, take some drugs. And if you went to a doctor and said, Doctor, I feel awful, to go have some drugs. I'm not saying there isn't some value in psychiatric medication in a crisis. Of course there is. Crisis is not fun. Yeah, but it is not the long-term solution to dealing with your emotional self. Because the drugs keep getting stronger and the feelings keep coming back. And as any addict will tell you, that is a blind end, blind alley. And it causes more pain, immense amounts of pain. Knowing an addict, you will understand that. They're pain manufacturing machines. So the net result of all of these strategies is more pain. So what I'd like to do is to offer you an alternative. What do you reckon?